In 2020, Sony rocked the gaming world by expanding their gaming business away from the console over to the PC with the porting of Horizon Zero Dawn. In 2022, they look to continue that expansion with a line of products tailored for gamers called InZone. Hi, my name is Link and welcome to Gamer Gear. In this video, we'll look into all three of their headsets, the wired InZone H3 and the wireless InZone H7 and H9, and I'll give you all the information you'll need to know whether or not these headsets will be worth your hard-earned cash. Let's begin. My first impression with these headsets were not good. From the moment I grabbed them out of the box, I noticed how, for lack of better words, how cheap they felt. This was a surprise to me, considering this is Sony's first foray into the PC gaming market, and the price suggested a premium product. The H3 is the worst offender of the trio, feeling extra flimsy, offering very weak head clamp force, which affected my seal, so the bass response suffered for it. The H7 and H9 feel sturdier, but I'm still not confident that these headsets would survive more than a drop or two. But thankfully, after several hours of testing them, I got it. These headsets are built with these light feeling plastics in order to accommodate the potentially long hours of playtime you'll have with these on. Adding to the lightweight are these super plushy headbands and ear cups, which make them feel like I have pillows on my head. The H9s did feel the nicest, and that's because they have soft leather wrapped cups, which are actually a carryover from their cousin headsets, the Sony WH-1000 XM5, which are currently Sony's flagship active noise cancelling headphones in the market. Inside the packaging for the InZone H3, you'll find a 3.5 to USB adapter, and in the box for the H7 and H9, you'll find a dongle to connect to either your PS5 or PC and a USB-C charging cable. All the headsets claim to take the bass as low as 10 Hz, and that's thanks in part to the bass ports located on the back of each of the headsets. As I mentioned earlier, I couldn't get a good sense of the bass response with the H3, and that's because you need a good seal in order to have the bass resonate, but with the H7 and H9, I really felt the intensity of the bass during all the action in my playtime with them. The H3 are wired, so there's no battery to worry about there, but with the H7 and H9 being wireless, the H7 gives you 40 hours of battery life and the H9s give you 32 hours. That difference is because the H9s have active noise cancelling. Sony has claimed that they've brought over the tech from their WH-1000 headset. In testing the H9s compared to my XM5s, if I say the XM5s cancel out about, let's say 96% of all the surrounding noises, I'd say the H9s cancel about 85%. Don't get me wrong, these are extremely good noise cancelling headsets, which pretty much drowned out my loud fan while I was next to it, but they still have a way to go to match Sony's best. Another of the standout features with the H7 and the H9 headsets are their Bluetooth capability. This is really convenient when you want to listen to a podcast when you're grinding out some strikes in Destiny 2, or playing Fortnite with your friends and you decide you just want to use Discord for chat. Sony says these headsets are made for 360-degree sound, and it's interesting to see how they go about that. To start, you have to download an app on your phone called the 360 Spatial Sound Personalizer. With this app, you'll take a picture of your ears, which the software converts to a sound profile specifically for you. In testing this feature on and off, I definitely heard differences in the way that some objects sounded more clear than when I had the customization off, but it wasn't enough. In my testing, I find that Sony's application of spatial sound for games, sounds were just way too muffled, and the objects that are supposed to be surrounding you didn't have enough presence to really hear them clearly. Compare that to some of the other spatial sound programs out there like Dolby Atmos for headphones or DTS Headphone X, where they are able to create that atmosphere and spatial awareness without sacrificing sound quality. And I just can't recommend Sony's solution to someone who wants these headphones for spatial sound. Well, on PC that is. Because when used on the PS5, the difference was completely different, but more on that later. The worst part about using these headsets on PC is that you are locked into using Sony's InZone Hub software for any kinds of sound adjustments, so that means that even if you want to use them on one of the other spatial sound solutions, you won't be able to. With that said, those that play without spatial sound will find excellent sounding headphones that will just do a great job in making those enemy footsteps sound clear, give you an immersive experience when listening to movies, and great experience for music lovers as well. Well, not all of them. I found the H3s to be a tad too much in the highs, which made bullets ring a little too strong and the bass was lacking. Thankfully, in the InZone Hub Sound Manager, I was able to adjust the sounds to an acceptable level, but still not as good as the H7s and H9s. Using these headsets on the PS5 was a big difference. On the PlayStation, Sony developed their own spatial sound processing called Tempest 3D Engine. This means all that picture taking and individual profiles go to the trash, and you're just using the PS5's adjustments, which just consist of finding the right virtual height. It would have been nice to see a mix of the two, of using Sony's proprietary engine and the personalized audio profile, but maybe that'll be for a future update. My main takeaway after testing these headsets with games like Returnal, Horizon Forbidden West, and Apex Legends was that the H3s just don't cut it. They suffer from the same issue of piercing highs and weak lows, but it was made all the worse on the PS5 because of the lack of an equalizer. As of the time of this recording, the only headset that had access to an equalizer through PlayStation 5 is Sony's own Pulse 3D Wireless. I really expected these headsets to have that access as well, but they do not, and hopefully that'll change with future software updates. When it comes to the H7 and H9, you'll see an on-screen indicator for when you adjust your volume or chat mix. The H7 and H9 might not have access to equalizer, but in all honesty, they don't need it. I felt that these headphones are the right mix for PlayStation's use of spatial sound. This really stood out while I was playing Returnal, which is highly regarded as one of the best games on the platform for spatial sound. I really felt the chaos of the battles I was in, and the funny part is that with the great bass response on those headsets, explosions almost felt as if I had haptic feedback on my ears. The mic quality on these headsets are decent enough to have your teammates hear you, though the H7s and H9s sound slightly more robotic, but here, listen for yourself and let me know what you think in the comments below. This is the sound quality from the InZone H3 from Sony Electronics, and as you can hear, it doesn't have too much as far as trying to block like outside sounds. Right now I am moving it away from my mouth. I'm positioning it away, and now I'm putting it closer, and I'm just speaking at a regular volume. This is the sound quality from the InZone H7H9 from Sony Electronics. And one of the nice things that I have noticed with using this is there is kind of a noise gate. So if you stay quiet, it pretty much will cancel out a lot of the exterior noises and sounds that's on there. And this is me moving it away from myself. And this is putting the mic really close to my mouth. So, here's the thing. When it comes to PC, I think these headsets still have a way to go if they want to steal market share from one of the other gaming headset manufacturers already established on PC. Many of those manufacturers like Razer or SteelSeries integrate their headset adjustment software with their other peripherals, removing the need to have another piece of software running on the gamer's PC. In my opinion, these headsets just don't offer anything unique enough. When their spatial software catches up to the rest, maybe they'll be a good choice. But for now, unless you really want the branding or you just love the white and black look, I'd say pass. On the PS5, things are a little more interesting because while I find the sound signature of both the H7s and H9s to be excellent, until they can get full EQ customization, you won't be able to get them to sound just how you like. And that could be a problem for gamers who love, let's say, competitive shooters, who want to adjust the sound so they can hear the footsteps clearer. Now, I see no reason why Sony wouldn't add that in a future update. But as of right now, only the Pulse 3D wireless owners get that feature through the console. Oh, and speaking to the owners of the Pulse 3D headsets, I would consider upgrading to these if you don't use the equalizer, you do want a more comfortable headset, and you want to feel more impact in your sound. Oh, and of course, if you want the addition of Bluetooth with the H7s or H9s, but avoid the H3s. Trust me, you're doing fine with your Pulse 3Ds. Between the headsets themselves, I just don't see the H3 being a good value for those who would be concerned about breaking their headsets, or for those that have more sensitive ears. Just buy other headsets for the same money and even cheaper, but they're not the worst option if you really want a pair of wired headsets to match your PS5. Between the H7 and H9s, just decide if you need active noise canceling for the $70 premium, but either headset will be a good choice if you decided these check off your needs. Let me know if this video helped you out and which headset you chose. Leave any questions in the comments you may still have on these headsets, and thank you for watching this video. Please leave a like if it helped you out, and consider subscribing if you want to stay up to date with the latest gamer gear. And again, my name is Link, and I'll see you in the next video.